Local news that matters on ABC22 News.
It was not only hard to sleep, I didn't want to sleep for fear that that possibly could happen near us.
A night of fear as people waited for the rain to end, and that fear all too familiar for so many.
This is ABC22 News at 6.
Thanks for being here tonight. I'm Lauren Maloney. What should have been a day of reflection on the past year of recovery turned into a nightmare for many in Vermont as they find themselves right back where they were last July. We have team coverage tonight from the day after. Mike Hoey is in Barrie tonight. Malachi Flynn is in Caledonia County. Parts of Lyndonville literally underwater today. Now, elsewhere, officials say rebuilding efforts did pay off. So let's start our coverage tonight with SkyTracker Chief Meteorologist Haley Boulay, who is in Winooski. She is keeping an eye on the height of the river. Haley? Okay, we are waiting to fix Haley's audio here, and my crew says they think they can get it back up, so we are just waiting to see. Okay, Haley, can you hear me now?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you, Laura. Okay, so we are live along the Winooski, as I was saying, having a little audio issues. It is loud here right now, and the Winooski River is slowly but surely reaching crest. Unfortunately, in many areas at major flood stage. So we are looking at that river level in many areas, very, very close to those purple dots you see there. Those are the areas at major flood stage. So here it is at Essex Junction right now, 20.21, nowhere near that record crest of 51.4. And this is all going to flow eventually out into Lake Champlain. Now, as we look at the Loyal River at Johnson, also cresting at moderate flood stage, although forecasted right now to get 15.8, it looks like it's already surpassed that forecast of 17.03. The other river we are concerned with, Cumberland River. As an alumni of ETSU Linden, I've seen many instances where there has been flooding along the Presumptive River, and I don't think I've ever seen something as high as some of the photos we are seeing out there now. And then the Piscataqua River at North Detroit right now in minor flood stage. All of these rivers are expected to crest tonight and start to fall, which is great news. And that's the project today. We'll look at that into
Haley, really difficult actually to hear you just because of how loud the raging rivers are. So we apologize for that audio issue there, but as you can tell, this just goes to show the situation we are in on yet another July 11th. Governor Phil Scott and other state leaders started their news conference with the news no one wanted to hear. At least one person died last night. Police say 33-year-old Dylan Kempton was found dead in the South Peachum Brook. Troopers say he was driving a UTV near the intersection of Governor Maddox Road and County Road when a culvert broke. It sent water rushing over the road, sweeping the UTV away. Officials say more than 100 people were rescued from rushing waters statewide.
But we're ready. Our response and tools are only stronger as a result of last year, and we will get through this. The fact is, we're Vermont strong for a reason, and that means those impacted will have many all across the state standing with them.
Members of the Vermont National Guard have helped swiftwater rescue teams in 9 different towns. They have rescued 19 people, 2 dogs, and 4 cats as of this afternoon. Officials are asking people to report any damage to 211. Okay, everybody, as I talked about earlier, that situation in Caledonia County really at 10, 11 o'clock last night That's where the most damage was, and it continued today. If you have seen the video and the stories out of that area. So our Malachi Flynn is in the Northeast Kingdom tonight right now. He is in Lyndonville. Malachi, I know the area well, and this is a situation that is really hard to see.
Well, the Northeast Kingdom was hit pretty hard last night, and the area has a significant amount of flooding and damage as a result of last night's heavy rains. Here in Lyndonville, Broad Street is closed through town due to the flooding. Buildings and cars in town have been affected by the rising waters, and residents are beginning to pick up the pieces today. Lyndonville Police Chief Jack Harris said the flood, the worst the town has seen in decades, resulted in many residents being displaced or needing to be rescued.
The floodwaters came up extremely rapidly, and areas of our town have been flooded that haven't been flooded in the last 21 years. For a time, our fire department, Swift Water Rescue, was out removing people from houses because the floodwater came up so quick that they couldn't leave beforehand.
Just down Interstate 91, Barnett is dealing with catastrophic washouts. A section of Route 5 and several other roads have collapsed, resulting in road closures. People who live there say power has been restored, but many are still without water. Here in Lyndonville, Chief Harris has warned that although the rain has stopped, flooded roads still pose a significant danger. He also stressed the importance of working together to help deal with the damage. Live in Lyndonville, Malachi Flynn, ABC22 News.
Malachi, a lot of towns in central Vermont were again in the swath of heavy rain, a forecast which really split the state in half. A select few people say this round of flooding is the worst they've ever seen. ABC22's Matt Holderman reports now from Plainfield and Moortown.
Well, across much of Vermont, a note of positivity you'll hear from some people is at least this flood wasn't as bad as the one year ago. But in some towns, that's just not the case. In fact, it is worse this time around for some towns, including right here in Plainfield. Behind me is the Heartbreak Hotel. That's how it's known to locals, at least. It's an apartment building that has at least 6 to 8 units, and many of them are now uninhabitable. In fact, a lot of it was swept away by the river. In fact, some locals who I spoke with say this flood is the worst one they've seen in the decades they have lived here.
We have been in this house since 1986, and we've had 8 floods, 6 in the last 10 years, and this is the worst, hands down. We've never had flood in the front yard. Around 9:30, 10 o'clock, the building across the brook ripped apart, and it was a horrific sound, smashing glass, wood shearing off. And we did hear earlier that everybody was out, so that was relieving to us. The only thing we've lost is things. We have our lives, we have each other. And we have a belief in our house that love is the answer to everything. And I know that that will be the answer to this.
And here in Moortown, local officials were telling people to completely evacuate the village Wednesday night for road washouts just like this one along Vermont Route 100B. Now, luckily, this road has been reopened on Thursday, giving folks a way back into town. But once again, what they came back to was devastating.
The last few hours have been stressful. It's going through Irene. I'm hate to say it, but I'm used to it now. I'm used to the flood warnings. I have a better sense of when I need to stress out. I was out here at 5 o'clock in the morning assessing the damage, and almost right away people started walking down the driveway and offering to help. I was like in tears, getting in tears right now just thinking about it. It's nice that we have the community we live in, and that people, doesn't matter why, they're here with the shovel. They have it and they're ready to help.
Reporting in central Vermont, Matt Holderman, ABC22 News.
Chittenden County wasn't spared from damage. We'll go back now live to Chief Meteorologist Haley Boulay in Winooski. Rivers were once again a big focus when it comes to this system.
As the rain let up and the sun rose, Vermonters found themselves in an eerily familiar situation, cleaning up after an extreme rainstorm. Our team began the day in Charlotte. Spear Street seemed normal until you got to the Muddy Hollow Brook. The high waters eroded the soil all around the culvert, sending the massive metal pipe and pieces of blacktop down the raging stream. A giant hole was all that was left of the frequently traveled road. And that was a common theme in our travels. A tiny brook or stream, barely visible on a normal day, turned into a massive raging river thanks to all of the rain in a very short period of time. The dirt roads in Heinsberg were a disaster as water carved the path of least resistance, road crews desperately trying to make repairs, allowing folks stranded on the other side to get through. On Beecher Hill Road, a fallen tree hung on the power lines as the soil once holding it up washed away into the waters below. A freshly paved Richmond road was quickly eroded in the rapid rush of water, and people living in Richmond found themselves watching the Winooski River slice their town in half for the third time in just a year. Unlucky folks who left their cars in the Richmond Park and Ride came back to find them floating in feet of water, and as of 2 p.m. Thursday, the Exit 11 southbound off-ramp remained underwater. In Chittenden County, I'm SkyTracker Chief Meteorologist Haley Boulay, ABC22 News.
Well, Barrie is now much easier to drive into and out of than it was about 20 hours ago. The road that connects the center of the Granite City to Interstate 89 has reopened. ABC 22's Mike Hoey joins us live tonight from Barrie. Mike?
Well, Lauren, yes, Route 62, which connects I-89 Exit 7 to not only the downtown portion of Barrie City, but also Berlin, opened late this afternoon, shortly after 4 p.m. It closed at 8:30 last night because of the floodwaters. I was actually driving on it at the time. If I step away just for a moment, you can see that there's still plenty of dirt and on the roadway and particulate matter in the air. It's nothing to compare to what I remember being in the air here in Barrie City last year. Now, we spoke with Rick Denty during the day today, owner of Denty's Market here on North Main Street. He told us that he had somewhere between 2 and 2.5 inches of floodwater that made its way into the store. Of course, those floodwaters carried about 2 to 2.5 inches of mud into the building with them. But even with that, he says things could have been a great deal worse. He did not end up losing very much of his inventory from this particular flood event. And what he has experienced this time does not even begin to compare to last July.
Last year it was quite a bit, it was above the glass here, and we had 5 feet of water inside compared to the 2.5 inches this time. Last year everything was upside down, and it was not a good scene at all.
Lauren, Haley, I'm not sure if you can hear me any longer. I can no longer hear you. I do need to note, however, that the boil water notice that we mentioned last night as being in effect for Barrie City and Barrie Town is still in effect tonight. Public Works officials say that they expect to have the necessary water main work done that led to the boil water notice by about 12 noon tomorrow, and we'll notify the community whenever they end up getting that complete. For now, live in Barrie City, Mike Hoey, ABC 22 News.
We heard you fine, Mike. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. When we come back, Governor Kathy Hochul said there were 42 tornado warnings yesterday, breaking the single-day record in New York. In our region, how a business owner in Mariah spent his Thursday.